Let go of the things we can't control? You gotta be kidding. Thanks for joining me, Disorderland. This is an especially personal video for me, and it is one that I could never have made before today. I have hit so many rock bottoms that I've lost count, and I needed to face plant into every single one of those personal disasters, and then to top it off, I needed to do a double backflip off the Burj Khalifa this week to reach this epiphany. And I don't use that word lightly, epiphany, so if you bear with me, I think that you'll see I really am presenting some new ideas on this channel today. So you know that whole, hey man, you should totally let go of things you can't control and then your life will be so chill, man, philosophy? Well, we're actually going to go there. I really wanted to start by giving it some historical context and then frame it in the way it's been used in psychology and popular culture, but literally everyone claims to have come up with this idea. And this isn't a history lesson. So for the sake of brevity, a massive suspension of disbelief, a casual stroking of my own ego, and for argument's sake, let's just say I came up with the idea. I'm sure we've all given this idea a go from time to time, but it's pretty elusive, tricky, hard to keep up, and it seems to go against our own nature. But if the how is the hard part of letting go, what more is there to help us use this philosophy successfully? Well, my theory is that we need to be focusing on the what and the when of letting go. This month's been a rough one for me, but we're going to swap in some more realistic scenarios for the purpose of this lesson, and so that I can retain a little privacy for whatever that's worth. What I've discovered has had a profound effect on me, and I'm hoping it may have a profound effect on you. I, like you, have been trying to let go of the things I can't control for my entire adult life. Sometimes I can, but mostly I can't. So, what happened this month? Well, for one thing, freaking Godzilla came to town, and the town requested that I go personally handle it. But before I left to go do this thing, I had a big lunch before going out to battle him, and he just decimated the place. I mean, I never even stood a chance. And after that, I put my life savings into a bank for safekeeping, but it turned out it was a river bank and all my money got washed away. And don't even get me started on what happened last year when I tried working with a fashion house in Wuhan to bring masks back into fashion. Who'd have known? But before we get to the good part, remember, YouTube insists that I bug you about subscribing and all that other good stuff. Also, it's come to my attention that 71.2% of you watching aren't even subscribed. I'm not sure what that's all about, but after you're finished annihilating the like button, you can go ahead and subscribe as well. YouTube needs to know that you like me or they will bury my content. Also, I'm still offering phone support for those that need it at clarity.fm. The link is in the description. Now, back to the very accurate description of my week. You see, in each of those situations, I had a certain level of control, and it would be incredibly easy, if not entirely obvious, as to why I would beat myself up about the results of my actions and allow them to send me spiraling into depression. But let's say I'm going to let go of the things I can't control. There have to be parameters to that way of thinking. Otherwise, we'd all be hippies, and that's fine for hippies, but we all have our own aspirations. I realize that in each aspect of life, and especially those with unwanted consequences, I need to choose what part of the decision I'm going to hold myself accountable to and when I'm going to stop holding myself accountable. For example, the large meal before the battle. Maybe I thought I needed the extra energy. Maybe I thought Godzilla was looking a little tired and the beatdown could wait a minute. I don't know. There's an infinite number of possibilities and outcomes, and I cannot be expected to know each one. The what I'm letting go of was the decision to have a large meal. It wasn't my proudest moment, but it was a simple mistake anyone else could have made. I learned from it, and now I and the villagers can start rebuilding the town better than it was before. So it's all good. The second key element, and this one I found more interesting than the first and possibly even more important, is the when to let go of something. We don't do things in a bubble. It might be more fun if we did, but we don't. In order to give myself and allow what happened to be okay, I need to pick a time in space when it is okay to start forgiving myself. Is it after the meal? Is it when I went back for seconds? Is it when I decided to order dessert? Is it when I decided not to share the dessert with my girlfriend? You get the point. This all sounds very complicated because it actually is complicated, and that's kind of the point. Why is it difficult to let things go that we can't control? Because it's really effing hard to pinpoint what is in our control and what is out of our control. So what I've done for myself is to choose a select few important goals, and I've chosen to hold myself to a slightly higher degree of responsibility for these goals. This way, I'm not entirely letting myself off the hook for the type of future that I'm trying to build for myself. But for the mundane and the day-to-day, I'm cutting myself and others a lot more slack. I drop a cup of coffee that I've been craving all day. So what? I'm sure another one will come my way on a day that I'd appreciate it more anyway. All that said, if this video isn't great, that's on you, universe. And yeah, I'm still Daryl, and this is still my life in debris. Welcome to Raw Reactions, the awkward news segment where I answer one of your questions anonymously that you sent in to rawreactions@ocpd.org, and that's something any of you guys can do. Email me your questions and I will try to get to them and answer them in a future video. So today I've randomly selected a question and we're gonna go through it and we'll see if I have any advice. So today's question: I'm sort of what people would call a workaholic. I'm a computer scientist, so it's easy to get lost in work during project months. Solo traveling is my way of escaping my work brain, but I can only do that once in a couple of months. Now that I'm married, I can't leave my work brain unchecked for too long. At the start, there was a time I couldn't be in an intimate moment without thinking about my work. I have tried meditation, too restless for it, and anti-anxiety medication, but nothing seems to help. I used to be suicidal at one point, and that is why I want to stay away from medication-based solutions. So my question is, what should I do to shut my brain off after a stressful day without alcohol or medication? Okay, so you've kind of cut me off at every turn as far as what options are out there for you. I will say I'm very sorry to hear that you entertain suicidal thoughts. I hope that those are ancient history at this point. I have taken medications myself that gave me suicidal thoughts, so I know where you're coming from. If you have a good therapist and you have a good psychiatrist, they will find you the right medication combination if you are communicating honestly with them about what's going on. Not all medications are made the same, and I've been on a whole host of them, and I found some that work really well, and I found some that had horrible side effects and everything in between. So I wouldn't discount it just because you've had one bad experience. That said, meditation is also very, very difficult. It's like a sport, and it's something that requires a lot of practice, a lot of patience. I think many people give up on it much too fast. Meditation sounds like a really good solution for the problem that you posed in your question. Also, exercise, strenuous exercise. My therapist had prescribed rock climbing or some type of martial art, something that involves using your brain as well as your body at the same time. Can be something that can sort of burn your brain out and get you down to a lower stress level and have you not thinking about your problems all the time. So trying meditation again, maybe being open to medication, exercise, really, really good. Get out in nature. Don't give up on those things. And of course, if you're not in therapy, that's the number one thing I would tell you to do. So thank you for your question, and yeah, I'll see you guys around.